So there's been an update to the Rodney Hinton Jr. capital murder case. The trial has been set at January 12th, 2026. This has to do with Ryan Hinton, who you see right here, 18 years old. Ryan Hinton is going to get shot and killed by an unknown police officer. We don't know who the guy was, what his name was. He hasn't been indicted. He's not facing any kind of charges whatsoever. So Ryan Hinton is going to get shot and killed, and then the day after, they're going to see, his father is going to see the video. They're going to take his father and some of the family members into the police station to watch the video of his son being shot and killed. And Rodney Hinton Jr. is going to essentially lose his mind. He's going to be temporarily insane, right? He's going to have a bout of temporary insanity. I think this is actually a crystal clear case of temporary insanity. And the way that they had mentioned it was at 9:45 a.m. That's when he saw the body camera footage, and then 1 p.m. that day is when he's going to run over and hit Larry, or not run over, he hit Larry Henderson, and I heard Larry Henderson was propelled through the air. And so that's when he's going to hit the police officer. Larry Henderson had nothing to do with killing Ryan Hinton, his son. So just to put that out there. So January 12th, 2026 is when the trial is going to happen. January 12th, 2026. So it's May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. That's 7 months away. So 7 months, there's been 5 charges that's been put on Rodney Hinton Jr. 5 charges, 2 counts of aggravated murder, both carry death penalty. 1 count of murder and 2 counts of felonious assault. Now, I guess there are probably different types of counts, because you can't just charge the person with 2 counts of aggravated murder when there's one person who had died. 2 counts of aggravated murder, 1 count of murder, 2 counts of felonious assault. That's 5 charges. He's going to have to try to beat 5 charges. And frankly, I think the prosecution should just offer him 30 years instead of all the media frenzy and the hoopla and bringing in all the police officers trying to intimidate him. 50 cops are being pulled off the street so they could just sit in the damn, bullpen or whatever. They're putting more attention on the case than what it deserves, because they're just so mad about it. But as we saw with that Jesper Jorgensen, that case got dismissed. So it doesn't really matter how mad you are about the thing. The level of, if you have nothing to do with the criminal justice system, then your anger has nothing to do with the outcome. So Ryan Hinton Jr., no, this is Rodney Hinton, this is the father, and then this is the son. And I gotta say, the son actually kind of looks more angry than the father. The son, who knows what the son was into or what the son was doing, but Rodney Hinton kind of seems like a father. I don't know, it just kind of seems like a papa. It almost seems like, they brought him into the, police station, and he was mad, so he storms out of the police station when he had saw that, what they did to his son. Let's get a picture of, do we have a picture of Larry Henderson? Yeah, here's a picture of Larry Henderson. So this is the police officer. He was doing traffic detail at the University of Cincinnati graduation. So he was just a guy, just a police officer. He was actually retired, so they had asked him to, direct traffic for this University of Cincinnati graduation, traffic thing. And so you're going to have Ryan Hinton, is going to be shot and killed by an unknown police officer. We don't know who shot Ryan Hinton. And then that's when his father, Rodney Hinton, is going to, the day after is when he's going to run over Larry Henderson. So let's just speak on some of the details here. The car, the SUV that Ryan Hinton was in, was a 2021 Kia Telluride, and it was said that the car was stolen from northern Kentucky, but it's not saying exactly what that means. Was it a violent grand theft, or was it like some repossession thing? Did the owner just skip out on a payment for a day, 2, 3 months? A lot of the details of that is not being known. Since this case is going to trial and it's directly related to the Ryan Hinton case, then all that information will at least be provided to the lawyers. Now, whether or not that gets to the media or not remains to be seen. Ryan Hinton was shot and killed in East Price Hill, and where Rodney Hinton, so the son was killed in East Price Hill, and then the father, Rodney Hinton Jr., is being held in a Claremont County jail. So I'm not for sure. Claremont County, that's Hamilton County is the county for Cincinnati. Where's Claremont County? How far is Claremont from East Price Hill? I don't know. It was floated that maybe the police officer was seeing McGrath. I don't believe it was seeing McGrath. It didn't look, the tattoos didn't look the same. So there's some dispute about the car, the SUV that he was sitting in, whether it was stolen or not. He was sitting in the car. You have 4 men that were sitting in the SUV, and the cops had wolf-packed him. The police chief said that it was a stolen car investigation, and they were sitting suspiciously in the back of an apartment complex. When the police all got out and confronted the 4 guys in their car, all 4 guys just scattered. They just, took off and ran, and 3 guys have been arrested. They've been charged, so everybody got some sort of consequences. 1 guy got shot and killed. Ryan Hinton got shot and killed. The other 3 guys were charged. And they weren't charged with grand theft auto. They were charged with receiving stolen property. They had received stolen property. So that doesn't sound like a violent grand theft auto to me. If you received stolen property, that doesn't even sound like a repossession kind of deal either. Receiving stolen property. So somebody else stole the vehicle, and then they were just borrowing the car because the relative says, hey, I got a car for you to, I don't know. The details, all the truth matters, so the objective justice is going to have to sit upon objective truth. I think the case for Ryan Hinton is it's clearly temporarily insanity. He was temporarily insane. And so the family and the lawyer, I can see their perspective that they're trying to save him from capital punishment. So he's got to beat 2 counts of aggravated murder. Those carried the death penalty. Apparently 1 count of murder and the 2 counts of felonious assault does not carry the death penalty. So 5 charges. In terms of game theory, that's, it's either guilty or not guilty for each one of those. So there's 2 pitches. They're going to throw 2 pitches at the guy, and he's either going to get a hit, a home run, or he's going to get 2 strikes. And then a count of murder and 2 counts of felonious assault. So even if he's able to overcome the death penalty charges, he'll probably get hit with murder, and if he doesn't get hit with murder, he'll probably get hit with 2 counts of felonious assault. 5 charges is a lot of charges to beat. Now, when he was arrested, they had asked Ryan Hinton if he had some serious medical or mental health issue that he wanted to, that they want to address him with, and he just shrugged his shoulders. So that kind of suggests that he knew that he was, in a bad state of mind. Rodney Hinton Jr.'s lawyer is Clyde Bennett II. So Clyde Bennett II is actually a pretty brave lawyer. So far, 300 pieces of evidence have been logged into the case already. The prosecution has already logged in 300 pieces of evidence. Here's the picture of the lawyer, Clyde Bennett II. Here's another picture of him. And then there was a police officer that had taken the stand. I don't know if we have a picture of that or not. So Judy Luebbers, Luebbers, Judy Luebbers is the one who announced the jury trial date. She also was the one talking about discovery and how that they were on a very strict deadline when it came to discovery. They have to pass whatever evidence they plan on using at the trial to each other. So she's saying that they're on a strict timeline. He's going to be put in front of a 12-member jury. Rodney Hinton Jr. is going to be put in front of a 12-member jury. He admitted to taking Lexapro, which is a medication for depression and anxiety. It raises the serotonin. You had Clyde Bennett II said that he's been advised not to admit if he's been on any medication or not. And she says she just wanted to make sure that he was of sound state of mind when he entered his plea. And the plea was not guilty. Later on, Clyde Bennett II is going to say that the case is not guilty by reason of insanity. And that's all the details that I wrote down there. Some other things I'm thinking, Brian Hinton was shot. They shot 5 shots, 2 shots hit him in the side. He's 18 years old. I don't know how old Larry Henderson is. I'm not sure how old Rodney Hinton Jr. is. And so that's an update. The jury trial has been set for January 12th, 2026.